Well, good morning, Rainbow Band. How are you this morning? It's Paul. It's the day before the day before. This is going to be momentous. I really don't know what we'll be filming in these next 3 days, but I am going to start this process by letting you know that the impending weekend in southern Florida is probably one that I certainly would have preferred not to have to deal with. Been very fortunate in 35 years to haven't been blown away by any storm. I think though that this one could do it. I was asking Brad, I said, gee, how windworthy are these homes? Do they withstand gusts to 210 miles an hour? He said, I don't think they're rated for that. We might all be in this neighborhood aghast on Monday morning, or I guess that would be the best time for us to first get out of our bunkers to see what nature has instilled or unleashed upon us. You know, you really have to just take it in stride, and you know, there's a lot of BS about we really just care about you, so take care of you and your family, and we can replace this, that, and the other thing, but we can't replace you if you go. And it is true. I mean, I think it's not quite as simple a situation as they make it to sound. Just like in other disasters of just recently, as we saw in Texas, there was a lot of people that have a lot of damage. And in Houston, it wasn't so much wind damage, it was the ridiculous excess of water, which is just as costly when you think about it, because the interior wall space, the drywalls, gets all moldy, so it has to be pulled out. I mean, that stuff wicks up from the bottom to the top of the piece of drywall board. So even if somebody was fortunate enough to be able to, you know, get inside and start ripping off drywall, and they thought maybe if we cut it in half we can stop the onslaught, but they're also not thinking about the timbers behind the wallboard that it's nailed into. I mean, that's still wicking up water, so it can come out through the back way. Ultimately, everything inside has to be taken out. The furniture, the appliances, everything that they consider dear is not going to be usable. Our situation, I don't know how that's going to read in this particular Hurricane Irma event that's going to start to unfold tomorrow night, run all through Saturday and all through Sunday, unfortunately. We are going to be buffeted by average wind speeds of 110 miles an hour for about a day, and with intermittent gusts up to 200 miles an hour. I've never in my life dreamed that I would see something like this or go through it. And I've been through some nasty hurricanes. This will be my 7th, and you know, they're all different. You never really, some of them they leave with a whimper, and some of them you get a heart attack over because the damage is so incredible. But I do know what I think to expect in my mind's eye. I'm thinking no roof tiles. I'm thinking broken glass windows with tile roofs, which they utilize down here, which is the most ridiculous building material because the wind just goes right under the barrel tile. They're not nailed, they just are sort of cemented in place, but the cement is a heavy sand mix, and after about 10 years in the Florida heat, it breaks down just to colored sand. So it's the weight of the tile upon the tile upon the tile that holds them. It doesn't take much when you get the lift of a first few of those tiles. They start to rattle out of place. Then they lift up, right up the hill. These are all pitched roofs here, which is another questionable choice to build it with, but at any rate, that's what they did, and it's lovely because you have this expansiveness in the house where you have, of course, we're heating and air conditioning it too, so that makes it even more fabulous. But at any rate, this is what's going to be coming our way. So this is by way of my intro. I just said I will film maybe a little bit today, certainly more tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to do as much today because the garbage cans are out today. It's Thursday. It's our garbage day, and we will want to see those. I don't want to take pictures of the cans. I mean, we'll have enough trash to take pictures of when I pan up and down the street on Monday for you to see. You know, this video might go viral, and it's a shame that it has to be not a very cute video that gets acclaim. But I am going to run it as professionally and as CNN-like as I can. I have enough knowledge of reporting skills to make it informative. This is beyond entertainment. This is life versus death, basically. And you know, there's so many phrases that are used to really bring home the point of overkill the point of what's going on. But this is a big deal. This is a real big deal. And so I just wanted to just let you know this next period of time when we get back to crank up the old Tin Lizzie camcorder here and show you what it looks like around our neighborhoods. And you know, I'll probably take it in the car, and we might do some parts that evolve as I go in my travels to my clients next week, because I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of trees down, and we're going to try to save those by keeping the roots of these huge established trees moist so that they stay healthy and or stay alive anyway until we can get cranes to put all this back in. But this is going to be 5 million people, 5.5 million people or more. I don't know who exactly lives here legally or illegally now. It's probably 6 million people live in our greater metropolitan area. I guess we're number 5 or 6 on the list of metro areas. We're one of the fastest in growth. Maybe after this hurricane, some people will give second thoughts about moving to southern Florida. Brad and I are probably have considered this our last repair job, because it's going to cost a lot of money. We're expecting probably out of pocket maybe about $100,000, which we have, but you know, it was for retirement and insured coverage paying probably about, I don't know, $300,000. It's conservative. I don't know what things cost or what kind of arrangements these insurance companies, maybe they get deals where they do things en masse. There's going to be a whole neighborhoods that are going to be doing the same thing basically to every house. It's going to be this neighborhood being reconstructed instead of going in the first 3 years when they open this fabulous Treasure Sound, Silver Lakes at Pembroke Pines. Opened, and it was declared a Florida quality community because they did do a real nice job bringing in wild touches like natural marsh grasses and hammocks that you'd see in the Everglades, with some trees where it was a bit drier. It was all fabricated, but they did a good job. We don't have mountains here. At least we had a good shot at making this look like the Everglades. So anyway, that's what they did, and you know, this was done. This attracted a lot of people. There's 5,500 homes in Silver Lakes. It's a lot of people. That's, you know, it's probably 12 to 15,000 people that live in this development. I know that if you're watching this from Montana or Wyoming or the Dakotas, there's not that many cities that are in total that amount. I know, you know, there are some larger, Casper and Bismarck and Rapid City, etc. But you know, this is just one little cog in a rather complex wheel of subdivisions surrounded by lakes, having cut through by drainage canals from the Everglades to the ocean, so we don't flood out as much as they would in other places. There's a lot of stuff they did to alter nature, which might come back to bite us in the ass ultimately too. But we'll see how things go. I don't know if our roof goes, and it might, we will have to go off the air for a while, because I guess electricity is going to be leaving us probably sometime on Saturday, and from there I'll probably do iPhone. They're charged, and I can give you an idea what's going on. I can't be as creative with the iPhone, but do the best I can. This is an important story for all of us. What this story is the folly of man to really, in their hearts, consider that they control nature, or that they have some really misguided thoughts about how powerful we really are on this earth. And I don't think that there's any way to show it better than nature doing what it does. I mean, hurricanes have been a natural force in this world since the oceans were emerging from the primeval molten magma that was our Earth 7 billion years ago. And as we developed land areas, we then developed the separation of the continents, the Pangea separated into the 7 continents that we currently have. And now, and over the centuries, that's when oceans were built. Must have taken a lot of rain and a lot of thousands of years to create what we have now, but that's what we've got. But nobody says that that's the final word on the way this Earth is going to look for the rest of its natural history. So I just want to do this because I think this is a great way just to say thank you for Providence to take care of me on a day-to-day basis, when I really don't even consider very much about our survival. And I don't think anybody really does who's kind of made it, so to speak. Well, that's also temporary. But there is wisdom that comes with the maturation project as we start adding on the years in our lifespan. And I've become a lot more calm inside, and I've become a lot more savvy to realize that trees, if they want to survive, they will. If they've been decimated, soon sprouts will appear at odd angles, but they will come back. Clean up. You want to get the large trees off the seedlings and the ground cover so it doesn't crush that. And you don't want your people to come in and start trampling everything. They have to be careful where they walk, because those seedlings or those undercover plants are going to be your main attraction until the trees get going again. But we've got 5 or 6 stages of growth here, so we're in good shape. Anyway, Rainbow Band, thank you for listening to my pre-game show, if you will, of Hurricane Irma. It's going to be interesting. It's also be a study of human behavior. We have, again, those 6 million people fighting in the grocery stores for bread, water, whatever they buy. Why they would buy ice cream right now, I have no idea, but there's no ice cream on the shelves. I don't know what they're thinking, but we have underground wiring in this part of the county, Broward County, Florida, so we probably will get back to power relatively sooner than the eastern part of this county, the older part of this county that still has wires and trees running through the high tension wires. For now, this is Paul of Paul and Brad and Living Happily Gay, and we are letting you know that we're going to be here through this storm with you, let you share in some of this, and I hope it does stir some emotions in you, but genuine ones. Not being feeling sorry, but showing the resilience of man and how we can get back to a living and healthy entity. Paul signing off. We love you all. Bye-bye now.